Welcome to the podcast about being unmessable with, no matter what life throws at you. Here is your host, Josselyne Herman-Saccio.
Hey there. Welcome to Be Unmessable with the podcast. This is Josselyne Herman-Saccio, your host. And today's tip of the week is about motivation and how basically motivation is for suckers because it really doesn't reliably cause action. And that if you start to approach whatever it is that you want to accomplish from a different view, you can actually fulfill on your vision and your feelings will follow your actions. So let me talk a little bit more about this. It's so easy to fall into the trap of waiting to be motivated before you take action on something. With all the people that I coach, the CEOs, the founders, the executives, the actors, the artists, a lot of them wait to feel like doing something before they do it. And that makes them completely messable with. So if you're somebody who's waiting to feel like going to the gym before you go to the gym, may the force be with you, because I don't know about you, but I rarely feel like going to the gym. And if I go to the gym, if I actually put the sneakers on and put my yoga clothes on and start to walk out the door and actually get in action on what I'm committed to, the feelings oftentimes, if not all the time, follow my actions. So rather than waiting for motivation to take action, flip it, flip the script, take action, and allow yourself to have your feelings follow. So, consider you don't feel like writing newsletters, right? It's not something you like wake up going, I really feel like writing a newsletter. But you have that action scheduled in your calendar and you start writing the newsletter. You will get into a groove and you will start to see a flow and your feelings will follow. So as you walk through the door of the gym, something shifts. You start moving, you start lifting weights, you hop on the treadmill. Suddenly, you feel a surge of energy and determination. As you sit down at your computer and you start typing on the keys, suddenly ideas come to you for newsletters, for things you want to communicate. What changed? Nothing in reality changed. It's the same body, it's the same computer screen. What changed is your action. Your action opened a world to allow for a rush of the kinds of experiences, emotions, feelings that follow the actions. You created momentum, and with momentum comes motivation. But if you're waiting to be motivated to write that book or start that company, good luck. I would apply this principle to every area of life. If you have a passion project that you've been putting off because you're not really motivated to do it, start to really share what your vision is. What is it that you want to accomplish? Share it with other people. Not only can they then share their vision with you and start to get motivated as well, but sharing is a very powerful action. So even if you don't go to the gym, start by calling somebody like your trainer or a friend who's an accountability partner and say, I really have this vision to be healthy and trim, and I notice I'm avoiding going to the gym. So I'm calling you to let you know I'm now going. And so the minute you get your vision or your commitment out into the world rather than in your head, the chances of you fulfilling on it go up exponentially. So exponentially. So the next time that you find yourself lacking motivation, don't sweat it. Don't even look for motivation. Who cares about being motivated? A lot of people are really motivated and then they don't actually fulfill on what they're committed to. So if you want to fulfill on a dream, on a mission, on a vision, on a goal, the first thing you need to do is take an action. So make a list. Actually, take out some paper, do it on your phone, on your computer, and make a list of 3 things that you really want in your life or that you really want to accomplish. Maybe it's being in a romantic relationship. Maybe it's losing 15 pounds. Maybe it's doubling your business. Maybe it's hiring an assistant. Maybe it's starting a podcast or writing a book or moving to another country. So come up with at least 3 things that you really want. You can have more than 3, but 3 things that you really want on this list. Then the next step is to write down 3 actions that you could take for each dream or goal that you wrote down What are 3 actions that you could take this week to forward that dream or that goal? And you write down those actions and then put by when you're going to take that action, and then schedule the actions in your calendar. The minute you put it in your calendar, the game becomes real. But the final step, which is, I think, one of the most powerful steps, is you got to let somebody know. Let somebody know what you want, what the dream is, what the vision is, what the goal is, what actions you're promising to take this week in order to forward that dream or vision, and by when are you going to be taking those actions. So you're going to make it public. It's not just going to live in your little head or on your to-do list or even in your own calendar where you sell out on yourself all the time, things that you have in your calendar you end up not doing. You're going to put it out in the universe with another human being. And then the final step that completes the whole loop is, once you take the action, you let that person know, I did what I said I was going to do. I wrote the summary of my book idea on Thursday at 2 o'clock. And you could even send them the book idea and the summary. So the game becomes real when you put it in reality in your calendar and let another human being know, and treat them like you've just given your word to that person, and following and completing the loop by letting them know when the action has been done. Now, I'll tell you something. If you do that instead of waiting to feel the feelings in order to take the actions, your game will be seriously on. I'm including a checklist of the actions that we went over in the episode today so that you could have a very short, succinct roadmap to being able to take the actions and have the feelings follow. Enjoy and let me know what you discover out of practicing this methodology. Game on. See you in the next episode of Be Unmessable With, the podcast.